Step 6, activate additional integrations. Now this is optional. The additional integrations are Payload.co and QuickBooks Online. If you're going to be utilizing Payload.co via the money transfers integrations within SkySlope Books to send EFT payments to your agents or receive payments on invoices via bank account or credit card, then you'll need to set up the Payload.co integration. And then the QuickBooks Online integration is available. You can send invoice and or bills from SkySlope Books to QuickBooks Online. You can set that up as an automatic send, or you can set that up so that you manually push the invoices or bills over. One thing to note, it does not include payment status, and you'll notice we said QuickBooks Online, so it's only available for QuickBooks Online. So let's go ahead and review the setup for both of those. Again, in the article, there's links to step-by-step detailed instructions for setting up both of those. All right, so starting with the Payload.co integration, I'd like to actually start with the article. So heading to our Help Center, Settings and Integrations, and Money Transfers. This is the handout that is provided in the handout. All right, so in this article, before I get started with showing you how to set up money transfers with Payload.co, it gives you some important details here. So first off, how much is this going to cost? So if you're sending out EFT payments to agents for commissions, that cost gets passed on to the broker from Payload.co via a monthly billing statement. It's $1 per 75,000. Once it goes over 75,000 up to 150, then it's $2 and so on. For receiving payments on invoices via EFT or credit card, you have the option of either taking on that cost or passing it on to the agent. So when you set up the integration, there's a payment setting that you can pick what is going to be defaulted when invoices get created within Books. So you can set up the default, but when you're creating that invoice, there's a drop down where you can actually override it. So if you want to switch it for an agent, maybe you have it defaulted to the agent's always paying and covering those fees, but for a particular agent, maybe you want to cover the cost for an invoice, then you can go ahead and update that setting when you create that invoice. EFT payments are the same as sending. So receiving payments is $1 per 75,000. And so that's the most cost-effective option. Credit card payments are 2.9% plus 20 cents per transaction. And then we have the cutoff time. And then we go into step 1 of the money transfer setup. So from there, you can go ahead and set it up. I won't be going through all of these steps in the video here, so you'll definitely want to refer to the article, and it's going to walk you through all the information you need to add. After you add that information to the setup, then Payload.co will get that information, and then they will respond via email once the account is fully set up. And so while you're waiting for that, or after that, you're going to want to make sure that the banking information for any agents that you're sending EFT payments to is added under the contact details. So if agents are going to be receiving EFT payments and you're going to be sending them out to them, before you can initiate that EFT payment, their banking information must be added under the contact details. So you have the option of adding it on behalf of the agent. So we have a link to the article here. Or if the agent is going to add the banking information, then we have a separate article that you can forward to the agent to have them add their information. And then if agents are going to be paying invoices via credit card or bank account, the nice thing about that is you don't need to add that information ahead of time. And so when an agent receives an invoice, they'll have an option to click Pay Invoice, and then they'll be able to see any banking information that has been previously added. but they'll have the chance of adding new bank information or credit card information and submitting the payment. And after they add that information, it will flow back into the contact details. So everything is covered within these articles to set you up for success. So let's really quickly then go ahead and go back to SkySlope Books, and I'll show you where that lives. So under Settings and Integrations, you're simply going to go to Money Transfers, click Open, and add an account, and then you'll go ahead and set up the account. Again, all of those instructions are included in the article within the handout. Next, let's go ahead and review the QuickBooks Online article. So heading back to my articles here and going to QuickBooks. We have the Setting Up QuickBooks Online Integration, and then we also have a separate article for syncing bills and invoices to QuickBooks. So first, setting up the QuickBooks Online integration. It's going to walk you through, again, step by step, everything that's needed. We do recommend, if you're utilizing this integration, that your chart of accounts and lists of products and services are set up in both and that they match because you're going to be matching items so it syncs over to each other. And then the syncing bills and invoices will show you after that integration is set up how you can either automatically sync bills and invoices or how they can be manually synced. And then back to integrations, it's as simple as clicking Open, just like Money Transfers, and then you're going to click Get Started. And then you're going to enter your QuickBooks Online credentials, and then you'll go through the setup that's shown in the article, and then your setup will be complete.